Okay, we're going to go ahead and we'll call the meeting to order and we'll start through our agenda. We are going to have to go into executive session. We're going to have a presentation from a guest as soon as he gets here. But for now, we'll go ahead and start with the agenda. Can I have an approval for the March 13th?
Okay, good. Okay, well,
Discussion on the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
The treasurer's report was attached to the packet. Does anybody have any concerns about the treasurer's report?
There's a couple we ought to talk about in an executive session, but other than that,
Okay, we can hold them off. And we've got the loan report. Evan, you've been working on that.
Mhm.
Can you want to talk about their?
Sure. All right, the first one on IDA. What's that?
Sorry.
That's okay. I'll do my best here. I
I
know a
understand.
few of them. And so,
code talk.
the first one in red there, they're just on deferment. Yeah, I don't have any information really on that. The second one might have to go into executive session. There's just a lot of details. There's court involved and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I did talk to them, and whatever has happened October 1st, he said he could probably just start making us happy with payments. The third one is going on market in late September. He was trying to do it off market, couldn't figure it out. Now he's doing renovations on it and he's just gonna put it on the market. Hopefully someone snags it up and we get paid off when that happens.
That's more activity than we've had in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
The next one, coming back October 1st. The caterer.
Yep.
Next one, that's, everyone knows that's just complicated. I don't know any details on that. The next one, payoff requested, have they given us? They haven't given us a payoff yet,
Which one's that?
right here.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought that was pretty long.
Okay. Yeah, I know we were pretty close on it, so that might get paid off. We'll wait for Glenn to confirm that.
Yeah, I think that was pretty long.
And that's it for IDA. And if there are any questions on that.
Nope. It's good. And the LDC is pretty quick.
Yeah, LDC, the first one there, actually don't know about that. But I think they're actually usually a month late. Is that
That's not that serious.
right? The next one, yeah, sometimes they just fall behind. But they're doing fine over there. I'll just have to make a call.
The one that's three initials that were a year out. You know anything on that one?
Yeah, I've made, we're talking.
Okay,
Now,
that's a good start.
it's a good start.
Sorry, your call did not.
That business is done. So we just have to figure out a plan. Glenn and I are gonna figure out a plan and come back
Okay,
by next month.
all right.
Okay,
And they're being as cooperative as they can in the situation.
Finally, yes.
Okay. Had been health issues as well, right?
Yep. And, one thing they point out, which, it's understanding, that business was out of state travel. That's what they did, out of state travel. And that was one of the biggest no-nos in New York State. So that
right.
just made it even worse, even
Right.
worse.
Do they think they might possibly come back? This changes or?
I don't
they
think so. No, I don't think so.
Okay, all right. Okay, anything else on the financials?
Do you think that we'll get all of our principal back?
From them,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's gonna likely be the sale of some asset.
Yeah, that's something that might have to. There was some collateral that we shifted, remember, to give them some ease. We never really got that payment. So there's really, they basically sold all their assets.
No house, no, nothing like that.
They have, yeah, we don't hold it, what we hold is personal guarantees, so there's ways to get to that. And also, I think cash value of life insurance.
That's awful tough. Yeah.
And you don't feel good doing that.
No,
So that's what we hold.
but that's not a bad plan if you can do that. You don't want the death levy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Good morning.
hey Rez,
Hello.
how you doing? Everyone, this is Rez,
Good
Bruce, Scott
morning.
with us, Scott, over Jim, Elaine over there.
Pleasure.
Hello, sir.
Sorry, I'm late.
We're just finishing up a couple of things on the agenda. And then we'll go into executive session.
Good, so I went outside.
No, you're fine.
Sit, have a seat. Okay, any other comments on the report?
Let's move and approve that.
All right, and second,
George seconded.
okay,
George seconded that.
all right.
Can I, sorry, one more thing, just some good news. The one all the way down from the LDC is all caught up, right? We checked that. They
Yep.
dropped off a payment this morning. They're all
That's
caught up
good.
as of this morning.
And the property's still for sale?
Yes, and they have two pretty
Offers?
serious, not offers, but people,
Tire kickers anyway.
probably a little more than tire kickers.
Okay.
hopefully.
Yeah.
That's
Great,
good.
okay, so we have a motion, we have a second.
George seconded.
George
All
seconded.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Then can we have a motion to go into executive session, please?
So moved.
Purpose?
We're going to discuss a business expansion in Walton Industrial Park.
Second.
As soon as
Okay, welcome back. We're out of executive session. We had a discussion on the Walton Industrial Park and
Yeah.
we're to come on that in the near future. Glenn, you want to talk about the pipeline?
Sure, just a quick update on a couple things. The Sewer Works Corporation. I signed the formal petition yesterday. Our attorney will be delivering it to the town board next week for their October meeting. To form the Sewer Works Corporation, to transfer the septic sewer system the IDA currently owns into the Sewer Works Corporation. And then, the petition holds all the information regarding how the Sewer Works Corporation will operate. Essentially, that the IDA establishes an annual budget, which is within the petition as an exhibit. And that budget is paid by the users. There are only two users, Saputo and Friesland. And that will be billed either annually or monthly as we work out between the Sewer Works Corporation and the users. It holds the same type of responsibility for not necessarily operation and maintenance, but any capital improvements or repairs that are necessary will be borne by the users. So it first has to be approved by the town board. And then the regulatory agencies and the Village of Delhi will have to sign off on it. And then we'll enter into a contract with the sewer work, the users of the Sewer Works Corporation.
Who else did you get to be on that board with you? I'm not volunteering, not.
The Sewer Works Corporation board is the same as the board of directors for the IDA.
So I didn't vote on that.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's getting hot. Okay, so that's where we stand with Sewer Works Corporation. The end users have provided some comments and we're still working through that. But
So you're
it's not
gonna send
gonna
it around to
materially
all of
change.
us since you've obligated us to oversee it.
Yeah, I can send it to you. I didn't send it.
No,
I don't remember reading it.
Okay.
If you send it to me before, I apologize for asking in the same.
Yeah, I think I did in August, but that's all right. I because that's when we had the first draft. Kevin was on the phone. I think, all right, oh, yes.
Sorry, I'm flat-footed on that.
No,
Paul went
no.
by me and I didn't.
No, that's all right.
Yeah.
You know, look, it's probably my fault. Isn't that what you always tell your boss? It's probably my fault.
I'm glad you didn't throw Tab under the bus on that.
No, it's not, no. This one comes up to me, yeah. Petition, yeah, okay. Okay, so that's where we're on there. Consent order, we haven't finalized agreement on the consent order with DEC. We are working on that. There's a couple components of our compliance that's required for that. Some of that has already been completed. The first was having Evan signed up and trained under the New York alert system, which has been done and completed. He's just waiting for his authorization from DEC. And the other was to establish a standard operating procedure when there is a break of the pipeline, which I completed last week and is ready for their sign off once we get to the point where we're sending them stuff. What's holding it up is the consent order also requires the replacement of that pipeline. Our attorney is advising us we can't sign that we're going to do that until we know what we're doing, which is being determined by an engineering report that the industries are under contract with Caldwell and something, I forget the name, an engineering firm to produce a final engineering report. I was supposed to get a copy last Wednesday, but it went to Saputo, hasn't finished reviewing it yet. So once they review it, then we'll get a copy of it. And it's basically going to dictate what they're building, where, how much it's going to cost, things of that nature. So another issue outstanding is funding of that. So we submitted an application for 430,000. So we're looking at about a $2.15 million project. That's what the engineering report number is going to be. The engineer did give me that. We needed it for a grant. So we've applied for a $430,000 grant from the state through the CFA process. The regional board ranked us as the #1 priority in the Southern Tier, but Southern Tier staff ranked us as the #3 priority. But either way, that's immaterial because if you're in the top 10, you're definitely getting funded.
According to the old world.
Well,
There's
that's
a new
true.
one.
I mean, yes, I mean, but this money is already allocated and budgeted for this purpose. But yes, understanding things could change. We will not have definitive word on that until December. Evan had a conversation with our rep at EDA, and we are planning on putting in an application through them under the normal economic adjustment program, which is what we use for Amphenol. But there's like a kicker or bonus to it through the American Rescue Plan. And we could apply for up to 80% of project funding.
Really?
Yes. So, we're gonna be,
Is that?
and he gave us didn't he say to you that this is the type of project that they like under this program?
Yeah.
So because they like infrastructure that supports business, that's what this EDA program is for. And they like this project. And so we will be submitting an application into EDA as soon as possible.
As soon as you get the engineering report, say.
As soon as I get the engineering report and as soon as I,
So conceivably, you could have this all paid for and
think that's overly optimistic, but close.
then the industries wouldn't really have a burden for this.
No.
That's amazing.
That would be a big selling point.
Sure would.
Right.
Who do you expect pushback from on the Sewer Works Corporation's formation? You gonna get pushback from the village?
The town, no, I don't think so. The village isn't gonna give pushback against the Sewer Works Corporation. The village is gonna have their hand out though. For improvements at their plant. Which is why, in my opinion, it's so important that we cover as much of the cost of the pipeline as possible.
Right.
So then that subsequent discussion is much easier to have.
Correct. Yep, that's why the EDA piece is really.
That's, yes,
crucial.
I was hoping for 40 to 50%. If we can actually get up to there, that would be phenomenal.
Right,
Yes.
okay, very good.
Yep.
Was that the answer that you got from the engineer to your email the other day that Saputo's still reviewing it?
Yes.
They love to drag your feet down.
Yes, they do. And that's what both Kevin Young and the engineer have said is that they are just very slow decision makers.
That's why I think that DEC's gonna help us.
Right, and
Move
Friesland
that along.
Campinas, I know this isn't his correct title, but his their plant manager is leaving the country and they're getting a new one.
That
So,
happens every 2 years though.
yes,
It's like military service, every 2 years.
yes.
Well, I think they're work visas.
It's work
Something like
visas.
Good for 2 years.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Green card kind of.
So the
Right.
new guy has to be out of the country by the beginning of October. The other guy is having trouble getting into the country.
Just go to Mexico. Walk. Get a bus.
But how much has that head guy been involved, or has he delegated it, so you're really dealing with locals?
When we're on the big lawyer call, he's involved.
Yes.
You know, subsequent to that, we just had it yesterday, there is the, the peon level call that
Right.
I am in on. And we just had that yesterday with their local guy, and now those go very well.
Right.
And, he expressed a little bit of frustration, but he's like, this is the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but operationally, the pipeline is running fine.
Don't say it too loud.
I'm not done wood. And, we're maintaining a level that the industries are comfortable
And
with.
you really feel that that's because you've got some standard operating procedures, some cleaning.
We are
procedures.
cleaning every week now.
Right.
Also, those plants have turned on those pre-treatment plants.
Yes, and that's
So
helped
that's a
significantly.
huge difference.
Yeah.
We were
Yes.
getting just a raw sewage before.
Right.
And that system wasn't designed for the sewage.
Mhm.
But now they're treating it on site before they give it to us.
Where's Saputo headquartered?
Canada, so,
Two international companies.
and yeah, and
Well,
Friesland is the Netherlands. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so that's Delhi Pipeline, unless there's any other questions.
I think they're US headquarters.
All right, we got, we're gonna have to take action on the hidden in. When you want to swing into that?
Yeah, but that is a contractual relationship.
Okay,
So it has to be an executive session.
okay. Motion back into executive session.
Well, wait a minute. Can we do one executive session and catch number 4 on the LDC at the same time?
It's technically a different entity.
Technically, yeah. What's your pleasure?
Why don't we jump into a separate?
Move to go to executive session for the purpose of discussing a contractual matter.
I'll second it.
Okay,
I'll make a motion, we come out of an executive session.
okay, second.
All right.
Okay, under executive session, we talked about, approving a new contract, on the financing of the Hidden Inn. I have a motion on that,
So moved as presented with amendment.
second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, thank you. And I'll wait on the other one until we get to the LDC.
Yep.
Okay. Other new business, older new business, I just handed out a copy of a white paper and I'm kind of ambushing Glenn on this.
No, I saw the white paper. Shelley gave me a copy.
Yeah, okay, good. I really would like everybody to take an opportunity to read through this white paper. And what I would like is, I think it would be appropriate for Glenn to write up our response to the white paper opposing this land acquisition program and to help Shelley out with her quest.
I'll make
And
that
and
motion.
I believe that this is all coming to a head next Wednesday, in the board of supervisors meeting.
Yep.
And Evan, the core group,
Mhm.
and I talked to Bruce versus
Yeah.
the core group yesterday. So the core group is against this. County planning is obviously against it and so forth. This could turn into a land acquisition nightmare. Not that we haven't had one, but this is just piling on.
And it changes criteria to simply having a stream running through your property or touching your property. It doesn't have to meet any of the other criteria.
Well, I like the term for ephemeral, an ephemeral stream.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And I think
What
that-
place doesn't have water 6 weeks around here with what our
And it
weather is
would
like?
include wetlands and
So
A
I think,
ditch.
I think
Yeah.
the crux of this whole situation is, there's two charts on the second or third, fourth page. Where she's laid out the impact on the hamlets, and the village, the extension areas and the hamlets. For example, Fraser in Delaware, or in Delaware, south of Delaware. But that's where Domo and Saputo are. The hamlet of Fraser is gonna lose 90 or have 90-some% of the acreage in the hamlet exposed to land acquisition. That's our industrial base. And not a good thing, but you take a look at the impact on the village of Delhi, the extension area for the village of Delhi. 81% of that extension area in the village of Delhi
look what qualified for purchase.
would be qualifying for purchase.
That'd be just devastating to everybody. So I'll make that motion.
Okay, I think, I'm sorry to give you another.
Yeah, no, that's right. I'll talk to Shelley about what she wants.
Great. And the other thing I wanted to mention was Sheffield Estates. That's picked up speed in the last couple of days. Our acquisition of that. Rudy, the current owner, has had some serious medical problems crop up, and he has had some surgery at the end of next week. So he's in a real hurry to get things moving. And Frank Wood's been working with him, and Carly's involved now, as is Harry Hawley. So everybody's moving.
Yep, yeah, I did find that easement. I'll give you a copy of it.
Oh, okay, great. And I went down and I took a prospective business. Oh, yeah, okay, good. Yeah, good, thank you. I took a prospective business owner down there to look at the property the other day. His plan at this point is to build a 60,000 square foot recreational marijuana grow facility. And he's looking for a site. And if you wanted to get an idea of the size of that building, take a look at the new warehouse down here at the park companies right along Route 10.
The only suggestion I make, as soon as the transfer occurs, that we hire someone to put orange fencing around all the foundations until
Well, yeah,
they're
that's,
filled in
we're
or
gonna have to deal
tore out.
with that, yeah. So, we'll see what happens with that, with this guy. Glenn, thanks for this right away. I went down and I talked to the owner of the lumberyard next door, and Bob Vitti. And Bob is very cooperative, and he said that the right of way was
Yes, it's in the deed of,
attached to his deed.
it's in his property and as well as in ours as the right of way. My comment to Jim is when we do acquire that property, let's just buy the right of way.
And he's open for,
Yeah.
he said he's open for anything.
It's 35 by 230 feet. It's 0.13 of an acre. I mean,
Right. He'll be good to work with.
Yes.
Yeah. And he was helpful to me. I don't know whether this got back to you, or not. I talked to my nephew down at the.
yes, you did. Yeah.
And they can't help us out there. We're stuck with NYSEG. So, but NYSEG, the positive side is there's tremendous electrical capacity right there at the property. Left over from before when it was a manufacturing building. So that's where we are on Sheffield. Any other?
I had one other thing and I didn't think I was gonna get the information in time and then I forgot about it with everything else going on. So I just wanted to talk about the Shepherd Repair Project. The IDA used some grant funding that was available to it to acquire that property. And so there was just it's an official project under this grant funding scheme. And so I just wanted to bring to the board's attention that we have documented that he has met all the requirements. He was supposed to create 3 jobs, he created 4. He met his investment obligations. And that I just like the IDA to declare the project as being complete according to our grant agreement. And then also to enter into a new lease for that property for 5 years, starting October 1st.
So moved.
Leave it open to me, huh? Okay, I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
I'm done.
Is that the guy we're swapping the land with, the insurance guy or something?
Yes.
Guilty. No, right, we're pushing.
No, this is a different parcel than that.
Correct.
This
Right,
is,
this
this
is
is the
the original
150
parcel.
main
He
parcel.
met all his obligations to what we set up for. So it's time to
I thought
release
He was
it.
in a squad on the other
Yeah.
I think it's gonna buy the thing.
I should have talked about that under executive session.
Okay,
Do we need to go back in?
no,
Okay. All right, then can I have a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Second. Okay, I'll open the meeting for the LDC. I need an approval for the draft minutes of August 13th.
I'll move for that.
Second.
All in favor?
You guys can do the financials.
I can't.
I
do mine.
need a motion to accept the financials.
So moved.
Second.
George, say
George.
aye.
We need you.
Yep. he-
Say
I read
aye.
his
He
list.
said aye, so aye.
All right.
Yes,
Thanks,
okay,
Scott.
thanks,
All
George.
in favor?
Aye.
Moon Mountain
Wait a minute.
was
Kevin's
discussed.
got some.
Can that just be, can we make the loan to Bovina Center Montessori School.
Oh,
LLC.
We discussed the Bovina Center Montessori School loan in executive session. I need a motion to approve that loan.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any other old or new business?
30-second delay.
Then I have a motion to adjourn the meeting, please.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you.